वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादीनकेन्द्रसङ्गपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधाननिप्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने ब्रह्माहं यत्प्रसादेन मयि विश्वं प्रकल्पितम् श्रीमत्स्वयं प्रकाशाख्यं प्रणौमि जगतां यः परमात्मा जगत्सृष्ट्वा प्रविवेश स्वयं तं कृष्णं प्रत्यगात्मानं वन्दे गोपीमनोहरम् यस्य प्रसादादहमद्वयात्मा विश्वं समस्तं मयि कल्पितं च तं सर्वलोकैकगुरुं सदाश्री स्वयं प्रकाशं मानतोऽस्मि गुरुणां शरणां प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपादेशपूर्वैत चिन्तामणिस्तु मार्गे। We have learned a very important method of deciphering the meaning when it comes to understanding how do our cognitive processes arrive at a deciphered meaning of any word. And we did not go too far into any other worldly examples as such. We straight away dive into the subject matter as how to arrive at the meaning of the words tat and tvam. So presently, we were talking only about the word tvam, which in translated to English, it would mean you. When spoken you, it will be cognized as I. Though cognized as I, yet this word will have to have a meaning. And what is the meaning delivered by this word? So here we see that there is a process called as Anvaya and Vyatireka. Very important one. Anvaya, Vyatireka. This is what we will, one process is called as Anvaya Vyatireka. There is yet another called as Adhyarupa Apavada. So we have to learn these to understand these processes, to understand how would we come to the meaning, how once when our brain or our intellect is trained to move, to analyze the words, then it will become easy anyway. So presently, Anvaya and Vyatireka. Anvaya means inclusion and Vyatireka means exclusion. So in understanding what is Anvaya and Vyatireka, he finally said that Tvam Padartha Shodhanam Yat Ha Tvam Padartha Shodhanam, there should be a comma. What is Tvam Padartha Shodhanam? What is the refined meaning of the word Tvam? And so it will be called as Tvam Padartha Shodhanam. the refined meaning of the word tvam. Yad vyavrittam tat sarvam anatmeti nishchitya. On page number 97, the second last line we are looking at. Tat yad vyavrittam, that what is excluded then is seen as anatma. And yad anvitam satma. And that what is included in all, which cannot be subtracted, which cannot be removed, which cannot be excluded, is called is Atma. This is the Nishchaya. This is the final understanding. So how has it come? That which can be excluded is all Atma. So in different words, it would simply mean that which can be given up. That which can be given up. Now, giving up is not only physically, lifting something and throwing it away or giving it to somebody else, but over here, it means given up means in understanding. Now, previously, that which was accepted as the meaning of word I can be given up. And therefore, this definitely is not the meaning of word I, because the I, the self, continues to be there, but without this meaning. That means now this meaning, which was associated with the word I, is actually no longer the meaning of the word I. And it is not only that it is no longer the meaning of the word I, in reality, in factuality, it was even then not the meaning of the word I. Okay, so how does he explain this? He says that the Jagrat Avastha. So let us begin from the waking experience. Then this waking experience is no longer available in the dream state. Okay. Now, so not only this particular waking experience, but we are talking about the sthula shariram, the gross body, and the identification with this gross body too. Both. Two things. The gross body is also not available. The identification with the gross body is also not available in the dream state. If you want to understand this with an example, I will give you. Let us say there is a person who is suffering with cancer, and there is tremendous pain. So he is administered morphine, the medicine, which is the most powerful painkiller. So he is administered morphine. Now, as long as the effect of that morphine is going to stay, there is going to be some little relief, and this person can actually sleep. And when he sleeps, he has a dream that he is all healthy, and he dreams about him getting married with a healthy, robust, youthful body. The face is shining, and he's delighted. He's in the procession to reach the marriage venue, and he sees himself riding that horse or something, and wakes up only to find that his body has become charchara. His body has become dilapidated due to that cancer. Now, of course, the physical body, which has such an illness or sickness, that condition, the body was also no longer available. Even the identification that I am sick, I am not well, I have pain, Such identity was also not available in the dream state. So, our analysis of the dream proves that there is absence of the gross body and also the identification with the gross body. The gross body as well as the identification with the gross body is absent in the dream state. So now technically we can say the gross body and the Jagrata Avastha, the waking state, and also the waker is excluded from the dream. I'm present. I'm present in the waking. I'm present even in the dream. Now, entering into the state of deep sleep, the the, the dream body and the dream identity or identification with the dream body is also not there. So, in the deep sleep state, we find there is an exclusion of the dream state, of the dream body, and of the dream identity. All the three are excluded. I am there. So, what does this prove? That the self is neither the waker nor the dreamer, then must be the sleeper. In the deep sleep state, there is identification with the causal body. And how is that? Aham ajnaha, naham kinchidavegisham. So I don't know. Now, question is, in the state of samadhi, even this darkness is not there. Identification as I am ajnaha, I am ignorant, all such things are also not there. And therefore, through the samadhi, we know there is absence of the causal body and identification with the causal body. Yet I am there. So now, the presence of I is undeniable through all our experiences, whether the experiences of the waking, the experiences of the dream, or the experiences of the sleep, or the experiences of the samadhi. In all the states, I am present, but something which was included into the meaning of word I is getting excluded. The gross body and the waker is excluded. The dream body and the dreamer is excluded. The causal body and the prajna is also excluded. And there I am, the meaning of word I, which was found to be inclusive in all the states and always, is free from the gross body, from the subtle body, and from the causal body. That's what is the meaning of this word I now. This I, therefore, does not have any name, any form, because all the forms could belong to the physical body. The young, the old, man, woman, tall, short, stout, thin, lean, lanky, all these things that you are going to call are the names of this physical body. White, black, Chinese, Indian, black, brown, whatever you may call, all of these are belonging to this physical body. This is not the meaning of word I, and therefore all these identities are dropped. Then the identities that I am good, I am bad, I am efficient, I am inefficient, I am beautiful, I am popular, I am wanted, I am not wanted, I am useful, I am useless, I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim, I'm Christian, Sikh, Isai, whatever. All these identities are also cycle. I'm Sukhi, Dukhi, happy, sad, delighted, excited, frustrated, angry. All these are cycle. These belong to the subtle body, and because even the subtle body is also absent in the state of deep sleep, therefore I am none of these identities too. So I, really speaking, I do not have any attributes, any form, any name. What have you discovered yourself to be? I am not even ignorance or the ignorant. Then what are you? I am just pure consciousness. Now, where have you arrived? To the understanding that I am the pure consciousness. You see? So this process called as the Anvaya Vyatireka, inclusion and exclusion, has allowed your intellect, cognitive faculty to cognize the meaning of word I through this process of exclusion and inclusion. Anvaya, Vyatireka. Anvaya means inclusion and Vyatireka means exclusion. Okay? Now, therefore, this is very important. This process allows you to, this is actually what one should contemplate upon, even when you are meditating. Okay? Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Okay? In the Jagrat Avastha, I have a physical body, so the name of the identity of this I is the physical body, a psychological entity, and also ignorance. So therefore, in the Jagrat Avastha, all the three bodies are available, and all the three identities are also merged. And this I is seen as I, the man, good or bad, happy or sad, and also ignorant, who does not know Atma is Brahman. So this is the case of I in the Jagrata Avastha, in the waking state. In the dream state, the gross body is not there. Even the identity of the gross body as I'm a man, I'm a woman is also not there. Say suppose you are a man and you dream in your state of dream, you have dreamt that you have become a woman and you have, your father is about to get you married to another man of not your choice. And so you are rebelling and crying and all these things are happening. And you wake up and then you find I'm a man. There is no question of my father getting me forcefully or getting me married to another man or something. No, done. So even in the dream state, the physical body is not there. The identity with the physical body is also not there, but the subtle body is there, and the identification with the subtle body is there. But in the deep sleep state, even the dream is not there, the subtle body is not there, and the identification with the subtle body is also not there. Thus, we find that we have excluded the Atma from all the three states of experience. Okay? Excluded. So this is Vyatireka. And is available in all, cannot be subtracted from anywhere. I am is available everywhere. And therefore, there is Anvaya. Remember this very, very, very well. Let this process of Anvaya and Vyatireka be strengthened. Tasyeva abhimaninaha jivasya avastha pancha. Now, the one whom we are talking about is this Jiva. Where did we come to this Jiva? Okay. Saeva Sharira Prayabhimana Raktaha Sanshuddha Paramatma Bhavati. Now, the one who is identified with the gross body, subtle body, and the causal body is called as Jiva. But when he is found as to be free from the gross body, subtle body, and causal body, this I is Paramatma, God Himself. This is what is Paramatma Eva. In the pure, you in your purest form are not different from God, but God itself. Taseva abhimaninaha. Now, but the one who wields the identification, abhiman, jivasya avastha pancha. He says there are 5 states of experience. We have, though we have mentioned only 4 before: waking, dream, deep sleep, and samadhi. Now he says, because Brahma Sutra gives a sanction to 5. So he is following this sutra, this thing. Here he says, Taseva Abhimaninaha Jivasya Avastha Pancha. So this Jiva has these 5 states of experience. What are those? Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Murcha, Marana Bheda. Actually, the Samadhi is not included as one, because Samadhi, Bhagavan Vyasa, etc., they bring it under Jagrata Avastha, but without identity. That is most important. Now, look at it. Tasya Jivasya Avastha Pancha. Pancha means not the English punch, like punch in your face. Pancha means 5. Jagrat means the waking. Swapna, the dream. Sushupti, the deep sleep. And remember, deep sleep is different from the dream sleep. And when we say Sushupti, it means deep sleep, not REM or anything. Okay? Sushupti, Murcha. Murcha means the state of swoon, or sometimes when for longer duration, then it is coma. Okay? Murcha, Marana Bhedad. And then the final one is Marana. Marana means the state of death. So there are these 5 states associated with Jiva. Tasyeva Abhimaninaha. Who is called as Jiva? The Abhimani. Abhimani of what? Abhimani of Jagrat Swapna Sushupti is therefore Jiva. So Tasyeva Abhimaninaha, and this Abhiman Jagrat Swapna Sushupti also means the one who is the Abhimani of Sthula Sukshma Karana Deha. Wherever he gets identified, then is the Jiva. Okay? What is called as the waking state? What would you call as the waking state? So you're going to say, sir, waking state is that in which we experience the world. And then we are going to ask you that in the dream also you experience the world, and yet you are able to demark the difference between the dream world and the waking world. And therefore, the waking state is something definitely more than just experiencing the world. Because over there also, in the dream, you can see an elephant chasing you. Sometimes, these Freudians say that it can be a translation that your boss is after your life all the time. He doesn't allow you even a single minute's respite. Looks like, and so you dream that there is an elephant chasing me. You're running for your life. So the Freudians will say that elephant is transition by your brain or your mind of your boss. Okay, huge, big, and powerful, and wanting to crush you. So, what is the difference? What is the difference between Jagrat and Swapna? So, before you can see the difference, know how exactly is Jagrat. So he says, Digari adhisthatu devata anugrihitaihi indriyaihi shabdani vishayanubhava anubhavavastha jagravastha. Of course, in Jagravastha, in this waking state, the experience of the world through the Indriyas is there. Now you know what is the meaning of word Indriyas. Through the organs of perception and organs of action is there. Even in the dream, don't you see the colors and forms through the eyes only? Is not that your experience that I am seeing a very beautiful rainbow one evening? This is your dream. So you're watching that, the rainbow spread in the sky. And so colors and forms are also experienced. And but in the dream, you're not experiencing the colors and forms through ears. You are still experiencing it through the eyes. I see the colors and forms, is what you are going to say. Okay. So in the dream also, one finds that he is using the indriyas in the waking state also. He is using the indriyas to contact the world. Then what is the difference between these two states? Because based on these two states only, we are able to say that there is no identification with the gross body in the dream state. Okay, so there has to be a difference. You just cannot put them together, and that is also not acceptable by our experience. Correct? You must have gone to the university in your dream, but when you wake up, you are not qualified to take up a job. So there is a difference. Digadi adhisthatu devata nugrihitaihi indriyaihi. Now it is just not the indriyas contacting the world, but it is the indriyas which are presided over by their respective divine forms. Okay? Digadi adhisthatu devata anugrihitaihi indriyaihi shabdadi vishayanubhavavastha jagradavastha. When will it be called? When will your experience of the world be called as the experience, your waking experience? When the indriyas are presided over by the devatas. Okay. And thus now, when the devatas are presiding over, the indriyas can contact the objects. And thus, contacting their respective objects, Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, you are experiencing the world. That's what is happening. Shabdadi Vishayanubhavavastha Jagradavastha. But when will your Shabdadi Anubhavavastha be called as Jagrat? When it is Digadi Devata Anugrihitaihi Indriyaihi. When you experience the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha through the Indriyas, and those Indriyas also need to be presided over by the Devata, their respective Devatas. What are those? Dig Devata, Digvakarka Prachetoshvi, One Indropendra Mrityukaha, Yatha Chandrashtaturvatro, Rudra Kshetrajna Ishvaraha. Okay. Digdev. Ha. Now look at this. Of these 10 Indriyas, the 5 Jnanendriyas, the 5 Karmendriyas. Now you can make a chart. And in this chart, you can say the Panchamahabhutas, from the Panchamahabhutas, from the Sattvic Amsha, the Jnanendriyas have come. From the Rajasa Amsha, the Karmendriyas have come. From the Sattvic Amsha of the Panchamahabhutas, then every Indriya will be presided over by a divinity. Okay, this is like the presiding officer. So will preside over the Indriya. What are those? So the Shravanendriya, which has emerged from the Akasha, what comes? Dig Devata, the Devata of the directions. Okay. Dig Devata is the presiding deity of the Shravanendriya. Then Vak, then of the Sparsha, the Vayu Devata. Vayu Devata is the presiding deity of the Sparsha. Then of the eyes, Arka, Aditya, the sun. Then Pracheta of the Rasanendriya, Varuna Devata. And then of the Ghanendriya, Ashvi Devata. These are the twin brothers, Devatas, Ashwini. Ashvi are the twin brothers. Then of the speech, Vahni, fire. Now you remember the sequence is also not broken, even in this shloka. Vahni is of the speech. Then of the Padendriya, of the Hastendriya, Indra, of the Padendriya of the feet, Upendra, Vishnu. Then Vandi, Indra, Upendra, Pratyukaha. And of the excretory organ, Mrityu. Okay. Tatha. And of the procreation, the organ of procreation, Prajapati. These are the Devatas. Then Tatha. So now when the Samashti Sattvic Amsha is there, it will formulate what? The Antakarana Chatushtaya. Now in this Antakarana also, every department will be presided over by one deity. And that is actually these deities are the parts of this Samashti. And what you have is their Amsha, and that's why they preside over it. So Chandra, on the mind, the Chandra Devata presides, the moon. And so moon in Sanskrit, in our Vedic literature, is a male deity. In English, moon is a woman, she. No, we say he. So Chandra, Chaturvatra. Then of the Buddhi, the Chaturmukha Brahma, Chaturvatra. Then of the Ahankara, Rudra. And of the Chitta, Vasudeva. These are, or he is called as Kshetrajna Ishvara, Vasudeva. So we have this division of deities presiding over the Indriyas. Whether these are the Karmendriyas, Jnanendriyas, or even the Antakarana. So when you have the experience of the world in which the experience of Shabda Sparsha, Rupa Rasagandha is had through the Indriyas, but these Indriyas are blessed, presided over by their respective devatas. And when this is happening, only then you say it is your waking experience. Otherwise, you are experiencing Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha even in dream. You are experiencing Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha even in the waking. Then how would you mark the difference between the two states? And the two states are definitely different. Then there has to be something which will be able to show you what is the difference. And we say the difference is over here when the Digadi Devata, Digadi Adhisthapru Devata, Anugrihitaihi Indriyaihi, Shabda Sparsha, Shabdadi Vishayanubhavavastha, Jagrad Avastha. This is the Jagrad Avastha. Now we have to see what is Swapnavastha, what is the dream state, what is the state of Mrityu, Marana, and also Ardha Sampat, which means the state of Murcha. So we will be able to see there are these 5 states which are associated with the Jiva. And in this, from these 5 states, we have to do the Anvaya and Vyatireka. Anvaya and Vyatireka. When this Anvaya Vyatireka process is done again and again, till the meaning becomes firm that this I is pure consciousness without name and form. Now you have the meaning of word I, or you will have the meaning of word Tvam is available to you. And thus, when this is available, you are now qualified to understand the meaning of the sentence Tattvamasi, not till then. Okay? Right. We will stop over here even today. Om. Brahmam yat prasadeni mayi vishvam kalpitam Srimad Swayam Prakashakyam Pranami Jagatam Yah Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Ravivesha Swayam Tam Krishnam Pratyagatmahanam Vande Yasya Prasadanam Tvayatma Vishvam Samastam Mayi Kalpitancha Tam Sarvalokaikaguru Sadashri Swayam Prakasham Purunam Charanam Pranipatti Nirantaram Kripa Chinta